Hello, my name is Christina with The Turned Leg. I love to salvage, repurpose, and create and help others to do the same. I've also been spending a lot of time in my garden lately, adding a little bit of my love for junk into my garden. I will put a link to one of my junk garden videos right above if you're interested and want to watch it. But today we're going to be addressing that brick path right behind me. My mom is our next door neighbor, and although we've taken down the fence, my daughter and I like to cut through the garden to go to her house, and the path needs an upgrade. Are you inspired by things on Pinterest? I sure am. I was recently inspired from this picture I saw on Pinterest from Funky Junk Interiors. I will link all of their information below. I love salvage wood. I love to find it, save it, and then turn it into beautiful signs or whatever else I might need. In fact, much of my booth space at Plaza Antiques and Collectibles Mall in Lincoln Park, Michigan, has backdrops made entirely of salvage wood. I'm going to be redoing the path with salvaged wood inspired by Funky Junk Interiors, and I will put once again all their information down below. So let's get started creating a salvaged wood path in my garden. So this is the path area that I'm going to be working with, and I think we need to make some more space. Got to clear out these bricks, figure out how much room we have so that we can have a nice walkway. And I'm not sure about the bird bath either, but lots of weeding and cleaning to do. Before I got started, I took a few pictures of my garden, which was really putting on a show. Check out those peonies. Are biting ants. Fun little discovery. So I need to get rid of them before I can continue working because they are biting. They get on you and bite. Not fun. So while I'm waiting for the ants to die down, I have to do some weeding. I have to clear an area for a path. And I think like some of this ground cover needs to be relocated so we can get a nice little walkway. Are you enjoying this video? Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the bell. It helps me to continue to grow my channel to help others to salvage, repurpose, and create. I cleared out the area for the path and also made the ground level with the back of a rake. And then I turned my attention to building the boardwalk. I started with boards that I was going to be using for the base, and I coated them with an exterior spray paint that I just happened to have on hand. Any spray paint will do. I had brown. I thought that would work pretty good and camouflage it sitting in the dirt. Now it's time to build the boardwalk, figure out the whole plan and how those boards are going to be arranged. Also figure out the color palette. Some of the boards I'm going to be distressing, some of the boards I'm going to be painting, and some of the boards I'm going to be stenciling with JRV stencils. Many of the boards that I'm using for this project I got from a salvaged fence, and I roughly laid them out to kind of get an idea how many boards I would need and what their length was. I then used my saw and cut off the rough edges and cut them all to size. The bottom boards were dry, so it was time to put them in place and lay out the path again and determine which boards were going to get sanded, which were going to get painted, and which were going to get stenciled. While I was putting the boardwalk in place, I realized some of the boards were not level. In order to get my boards level, I'll need to clear out the dirt underneath. I randomly chose a few boards to rough up to look more weathered. I used my Orbital DeWalt sander with 220 grit sandpaper. Now it's time to randomly paint some of these. I'm using DIY Fancy Farm Girl. I always pick the hottest days to work outside, it seems. So next step is stenciling. I randomly picked some of the boards and we're gonna use parts of JRV stencils that are kind of garden outdoory themed and put them all over the boards. For this project, I'm using JRV stencils. JRV stencils are 5 times thicker than any other stencils and are meant to be used over and over again. I'm also using JRV stencil brushes. To purchase any of the products that you're seeing me use here today, you can go to my online shop at shoptheturnedleg.com, or if you're local, you can visit my booth at Plaza Antiques and Collectibles Mall in Lincoln Park, Michigan. I was so grateful to have my daughter and my mother help out with the stenciling. It made it go a lot quicker. For all the stencils, we are using DIY paint, Little Black Dress. For best results when stenciling, use very little paint on your brush. I also like the pouncing method. When the boards were dry, it was time to sand them with my Orbital sander and my 220 grit sandpaper. I also grabbed the boards I had just painted plain green and gave them a roughing up too. Now it was time to lay them down again and get them ready to screw into place. Time to screw the boards into place. I had drywall screws, but I bet deck screws or exterior screws would work great if you have them. When screwing in the boards, I moved off the next board so that I could make sure the screws were going into the baseboards below. Once everything was screwed in, I removed the boardwalk so that I could coat it with an outdoor sealer. For this project, I am going to be coating everything with Kills Clear Outdoor Sealer and applying 2 coats. I like using this product outside for best results, and I also use a disposable brush for easy cleanup. I let the sealer dry in the sun and then I placed it back into my garden. I noticed I still had a lot of bare areas in my garden. I mean, who really pays that much attention to the area by their fence line? So it was time to get some more plants in there. I also decided that the boardwalk needed a few rocks just to kind of make it look more like maybe even a creek bed. So I popped in rocks and ground cover planting all around the boardwalk. I also decided to add a few treasures or found objects along my path, so every time we walk the path, it could be a treasure hunt. I'm going to show you the big reveal in just a moment, but boy, this was quite an adventure. From those biting ants, whatever they are called. I don't know, I'm located in Michigan. If you have an idea, put them in the description box below. let me just tell you, they totally swarm you and they start biting you. Sometimes the only way to get them off is to shower. But we overcame that, made a beautiful path from salvaged wood, and I personalized it. And I think that's what's so great about this project, is you can personalize it to totally suit your tastes. Add your colors, add the stencils of your choice. I really enjoyed that my mother and my daughter helped with the path, because they chose stencils I never would have thought of. And I think it really added a special touch. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope it inspired you to add maybe a little bit of junk into your garden.